What is up, Madden gamers? I'm DND Gaming Member Arlick. I'm with the MaddenU.com. Also, a big shout out to the editorscorner.com for featuring us and giving us our forums there. So big shout out to those guys. Check out those forums. So let's jump right into this. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make better reads in the passing game. Also known as Passing 101. Let me tell you a little bit about how I learned to pass. You know, it was about Madden back in 2005. You know, I really wasn't that good of a passer. I came upon some passing tutorials that really helped me, but it really didn't define who I was as a passer. I had to find that on my own. But I'm going to go through the basics here as far as what most tutorials don't teach you. I'm going to try to break it down the best I can for you guys just to help you out and what reads to make starting out with. Kind of limit your practice mode time, but practice. That makes a winner out of all of us. So I'm going to start with something relatively easy. I'm going to go with Z-Spot. It's got the auto motion route in it. It's against a random play. Now, for those passers just starting out, I recommend, you know, curl routes like I have here. Here's an auto curl. I also recommend drag routes and also slant routes. Reason being is slant routes make it deadly, and it's kind of an easy read here. What I'm going to start with here, though, is I'm going to predetermine who I want to go to and just kind of open up the field from there. So my first read is going to be B, and then I'm going to go A, Y, and then lastly is going to be X in that order. You got to kind of go through it kind of quickly, but with practice mode, you'll kind of get that feel for it. You know, I take about a half a second, you know, after the ball snapped, see where my main guy is and how far the defender's playing. If he's not there, I'll immediately look to my second and third option. If they're not there, I can almost guarantee you my underneath route is going to be. So let me show you this real quick. You know, I just snapped the football. I see he's open, so, you know, I'm just going to zing it in there. And it is a high percentage play. When starting out with passing, you always want to start high percentage, something you're comfortable with, nothing complex. That's why you get into practice mode. You learn everything. You know, that way you can add all the complexness to it later on down the road. People say, you know, I don't know how you spend all this time in the practice mode. Me, I just want to become a better player, so that's what I do. Practice mode is your friend, so all I'm going to do here is I'm going to show you guys something. As you can see, when I throw the football, this is basic fundamentals here. I make sure my quarterback is set, and I always pass lead. I got to predetermine my passes and where I want to stick them prior. So here on a Z spot, I realize, you know, if I throw this down, it's going to be a low catch, so only he can get it. I'm not sticking it out in front of him or behind him or throwing it up and leaving him vulnerable. So I just want to pass lead down so he's able to catch it and run. However, in the event that he's not open, I immediately see my tight end, which is my second read, and my third read crossing to get open. Here, if I want to ever look to those guys, I always want to pass lead outside of them. That way you're not throwing kind of behind them. Here I recognize it's a blitz, so I'm going to do things a little bit differently. All I'm going to do here is set my running back on just a little blocking route. So here I see, okay, nobody there was open. I had not even a half a second to make my read. So, you know, that kind of comes with practice, like I said. But let me break it down for you real quick. Show you what I seen. I know my first guy is going to be B. And with the blitz, or the Z-spot, with the blitz, I do know it's going to be man-to-man on the outside. So if you throw that route there with, like, right here, that's going to get picked because you got a guy coming in front. I realize also with the blitz, you know, I set my feet. I don't try to do too much, but at the same time on man-to-man, you're going to have those linebackers and other guys getting totally beat. So my second nature is, you know, I see that I see that defender coming in there. So all I'm going to do is just pass lead to my second route because I got that little pick play there. He's going to get open and he's going to get the football. And again, let me show you the footwork here. My feet are set, you know, I don't try to do too much, and usually within 3 to 4 seconds, somebody's almost always open. It don't matter, you know, what play it is. 3 to 4 seconds, somebody's always going to be open. Again, the best passing routes are those high percentage routes, slants, drags, curls, stuff like that. You know, everybody tries to go for the deep ball, deep ball, deep ball, deep ball. Me, I'll take dink and dunks underneath over those deep balls. Why? I'm going to eat up more clock. I'm going to complete more passes and, you know, get better plays out of it. I mean, 4 small passes are almost better than 1 long pass because, you know, you're chewing up the majority of that clock and you're making it so where the defense has to play better. There, I'm going to show you what happened, but that's also why you want to, you know, have those high percentage routes. There I had 2 guys to throw to, and it just worked out. Here, again, I snapped the football. Feet get set. I got to make a quick decision here. I initially see this receiver curling. I could throw that there, but at the same time, I hold on to it a bit longer to see what they're running. They are running a zone. So I was trying to hit my slant receiver. Instead, my Z spot guy underneath catches it, which was, you know, a really good play for me nonetheless. So now I'm just going to show you this one-on-one on the outside here, and basically not even have to worry about it. So let me show you that here. I see him almost immediately get open. That's also another thing when making your reads. Make sure you see the entire field. Just because I have, you know, B as my go-to, I quickly scan the field. As, you know, I snap the ball, I scan the field, I see my Z spot guy is going to be open underneath. I also see the linebackers dropping way too shallow and a lineman that's kind of dropping. So I know there that I got a little bit more wiggle room to squeeze that ball in there in between the defenders. So here I'm going to just lead him with the pass lead out and kind of high. That way he catches the ball in stride and keeps going. If you ever see linebackers dropping too far, immediately abandon your first route underneath and try to go for, you know, those bigger yards. However, if you have a good user, he's going to take those slants away from you, forcing you to go underneath. But I do have many options there. As you can tell, they were running a, you know, cover 3, cover 4, stuff like that. One way to easily tell, say like a cover 3 from man-to-man, is really easy. They'll usually have one safety over top, and everybody else will be backing in zones. With man-to-man, they'll usually be up on the guys like they are now currently. And cover 4, they'll be about 5 to 6 yards off the line of scrimmage. In cover 4, you kind of want to, or cover 3, excuse me, you'll have one-on-one so you can take your shots. Cover 2 is deep down the middle. Cover 4, cover 3 is also underneath. Let me show you this one last time before I call it here. I recognize it's a blitz, and I got man-to-man on the outside. How do I know that? This defensive back here is following Des Bryant step for step. So when he makes his break, I realize if I throw that, that's going to get picked. Here I have to make a quick decision. If not, I'm going to get sacked. So I throw it to Jason Witten. Reason being is he's got a linebacker on him here. So, you know, he just gets beat off the line, and I recognize that. So with the pass lead out and up, I can catch it in stride and cut it upfield. Now, right here, looks like they are running a cover 2 man by the way the defensive backs are playing up and the way the 2 deep safeties are. So, with that being a cover 4, my B wide receiver should get open, my A and my Y wide receiver. So, I'm just going to make a couple reads here. That's why in man-to-man you don't want to throw that. He gets hit immediately. You know, if you don't have a good catch and traffic rating, you're going to catch that and you're going to get dumped every time. So, here's roughly looks to be a cover 3. So I'm just going to make my reads and zing it in there. There I see it. That was kind of a bad pass. I shouldn't have thrown it, but it worked out to my advantage. Again, you know, set your feet when passing. High percentage plays. Open up the field. Get into the practice mode and really, really get this down. You know, work with curls, work with slants, work with drags, and then work your way up from there. Picture seeing the entire field, you know, as before you snap the football. Look how many guys are in the box. Look how many defenders are deep. You know, all that kind of stuff. Make sure you set your feet and throw. A lot of people like to scramble outside the pocket, but in my opinion, someone who can stay inside the pocket and, you know, dink and dunk downfield and complete these high percentage plays are usually more deadly than those people that can get outside. I'm Arlick. Like, comment, and subscribe. And for more of my videos, go to the Madden U.